Oh, welcome all you beautiful people, 'tis I, your humble host, Doodleman149, and today, as I'm sure you can all tell, I've got another viewer variants video for you. In case you're new to the series, or in case you've forgotten, in this series I take a look at viewer-suggested weapon builds for Modern Warfare and test them out in Core Domination, Ground War, and Plunder. This is the chart I use to rate these builds. It's pretty well known at this point how I do things, but take a look in case you need more info. And today we have a suggestion from a newer viewer, CTKLZ Wavy, at least that's how I think you pronounce it. This suggestion is for an AN-94 and an M19 class. The AN-94 looks pretty similar to my Ghost build from my AN-94 video, link below, and the M19 is perhaps the most generic M19 build I have yet seen. I understand pistols are limited in customizability, but there's gotta be something more exciting than an akimbo, suppressed, extended mag, lasered up, light-triggered M19. Despite my feelings on the matter, let's just hop right into these classes. For this AN-94 build, which I've dubbed Counterfeit, we start out in the muzzle section with everyone's favorite suppressor, the monolithic suppressor, for boosted damage range and sound suppression at the cost of ADS speed. The AN-94 Factory X438mm barrel boosts our damage range and recoil control at the cost of movement and ADS speed. The PBX Hollow 7 sight is there for a clear sight picture at the cost of ADS speed. These 60-round magazines double our ammo while hindering our mobility. And lastly, the Commando foregrip stabilizes our aim and recoil while slowing our movement speed. When looking at the backup to Counterfeit, we have the Commoner. The M19 starts out again with the monolithic suppressor for all the same reasons as before. The 5mW lasers are next for greatly increased hipfire control and sprint-to-fire speed boosts. The Akimbo perk is next to allow us to dual-wield our weapons at the cost of forced hipfire. 32-round magazines maximize our ammo while slowing us down, and the lightweight trigger boosts our rate of fire while reducing our aiming stability, something that isn't even a factor with akimbo pistols. Now, despite my less than flattering names for these builds, I gotta say, this class is fantastic. I was really surprised at how well I did using this class in Core Domination. I feel like when the AN-94 first came out, I was doing terrible with it for some reason, but not so much now. The Counterfeit build is great as a primary, despite the slowness of the long barrel and the Commando foregrip. That combo of vertical and horizontal recoil is the gold standard for weapon attachments, and it really shows with this build. At range, it's a little hard to hit those 3 upper torso shots, but the extreme accuracy of this build makes those follow-up shots so easy to hit, and the 60-round magazines make sure you have plenty of ammo to spam just in case you end up having potato aim. Now, while this build may be too slow for fighting up close, the Commoner is a great backup for fighting at close range. The M19 still has a 3-shot kill potential, and getting 3 hits on an enemy while dual-wielding light-triggered pistols is a breeze. They are also really fast despite the excessive weight of the 32-round magazines. There were rarely CQC situations where I pulled these pistols out and lost. So for Core Domination, CTKLZ Wavy's Counterfeit and Commoner combo gets itself a 10 out of 10. When taking the AN-94 into Ground War, I expected the extra ammo and supreme accuracy of the Counterfeit build to do well here, and it really did. There was never really a situation in any of the Ground War matches I tested this in where I wasn't comfortable challenging everyone at medium range and even snipers that I saw in the distance. While those extreme ranges will drive your TTK through the roof, you have more than enough ammo to deal with a few missed shots. Those 60-round magazines are a great benefit if you're looking to hold a contested position, provide fire support, or dump bullets into a chopper. Again, all with that laser focus. The M19 here isn't only good on a ladder, it's actually great for pushing building interiors as well. Where the Counterfeit may not do so well up close, the Commoner more than makes up for its shortcomings. The plentiful ammo supply, and honestly really good for akimbo anyway, hip fire accuracy of this build lets you easily finish off some enemies after you run out of your primary ammo, or just for clearing a small room fairly easily. So for Ground War, this AN-94 and M19 class gets itself another 10 out of 10. I was immeasurably surprised by how well the Counterfeit works in Plunder. The extreme accuracy, even out to longer ranges, combined with a decent power and fire rate plus those 60-round mags, had me melting entire teams in Verdansk. The fights at Storage Town were better suited to the Commoner because of the closer quarters, but even there, I was able to more than easily take advantage of the AN-94's abilities. I even had a good few saves of downed teammates when I was able to turn on an enemy and blast their head off with this class. I'm honestly surprised this weapon isn't seen more in Warzone. And so then this AN-94 and M19 duo racks up a third 10 out of 10 for Warzone and Plunder. There is literally nothing bad to say about this class. I can't even complain that it's meta because tell me the last time you saw someone using this weapon at all. I feel like I never see this weapon unless I'm personally using it. It's a shame because despite all of its superior stats, it basically falls right in line with the SCAR in terms of usage. The M19 is definitely more common, hence the name, but I rarely see anyone use their sidearms either. Overall, this was a class that I thoroughly enjoyed using and testing out, and I might actually save these builds for whenever I decide to just screw around in Modern Warfare again. So for a final rating, CT-KLZ Wavy's Counterfeit and Commoner gets themselves an obvious perfect score of 10 out of 10. So congratulations on earning literally the highest mark I can give a class. Now mind you all, I'm not saying that this is the perfect weapon and that nothing can top it. That simply is not what my rating scale says. A 10 literally means I enjoyed a build so much that I consider it better than even my own suggested builds for this weapon. In every arena, Core Domination, Ground War, and Warzone, the Counterfeit is a better build than anything I offered in either my AN-94 gun workshop or my Assault Rifle Compilation gun workshop. I'm not going to say that the Commoner is my preferred M19 build to run, but it is certainly exceptional as well, despite being an akimbo build. So, all that said, this is the first final rating of a 10 out of 10. You received my Skull Crusher's seal of approval, sir. Wear it with pride. Just a heads up, though, if you're still here. I'm winding down this viewer variance series, at least for Modern Warfare. I'm just not enjoying the game anymore, so unfortunately, if any of you have any more weapon suggestions, I won't be doing them. I have 3 more classes to do after this one, so once those are done, this series is done. And I am sorry if you missed out. So what did you all think of this class? Do my praises encourage you to try this AN-94 and M19 combo, or do you already have your minds made up about this class? Let me know in the comments below. And with that, I'll be off. I've really appreciated all of you who've made it this far, and I hope to see you all again in the future. I've been your ecstatic host, Doodleman149. Thanks again to CT-KLZ Wavy for this awesome video suggestion, and I will see you later.